Well, all right. And welcome back to another exciting episode of PlanetGenX Reacts to Ahsoka, Series 1, Episode 8. It's the final episode. I'm Sean. That's Brian over there. Say hi, Brian.
Stay on target.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
Hello, all.
How are we doing today?
Pretty well. How about yourself?
Doing great. Yes, it's the final episode of Ahsoka Series 1.
Yep.
And you liked it a lot, right?
I loved it a ton. We had this discussion. I didn't get your feedback. We had to leave some in the can, right?
I was being cagey. And I liked a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I felt like Baylan and Shin were completely left out. I realized that they are trying to extend this into another season. I get that. However, Baylan's...
Or at least the films.
Mr. Ray is no longer with us, so I don't know. I just...
Spread it out,
how
man.
they're going to handle this.
Spread it as lean as possible, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Pivot. Spin and pivot. That's all you can do, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of great things that I enjoyed. Like, for one, I liked the... was that a vibro sword? I don't know if it was a vibro sword or not. It wasn't vibrating at any kind of frequency.
Right, it wasn't vibrating, and I was wondering about that. It's obviously not Beskar, right?
Yeah. I mean,
so the question is, what material is it made from on Dathomir? Because it is tied to Dathomiri mythos.
Yeah, I mean, I got the feeling it's their equivalent of a lightsaber.
Huh?
I got the feeling it was their equivalent of a lightsaber.
Yeah, pretty much like a Night Sister version of a lightsaber. I don't know if there are crystals involved. It would not surprise me, but it would not surprise me if there weren't.
Yeah.
We don't know a lot.
The hilt, just screamed Jedi.
Right. Or not Jedi, not Sith, but
just the
lines.
Force. If there was just a standard...
The third.
If it was just a
third
standard
branch of the Force.
where everybody kind of... if you believe the mythos about the three Force users, the old, the father and the daughter and the son.
Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves, so let's leave that for the end because that's where it ends up, right? I think.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if you believe, I don't know. You threw my... Well, I'm saying, okay, so if there was a whole architecture and style around the time that those people lived, and that's what all the style for the hilts and stuff is based on for Jedis, maybe it's like that for all Force users. So that's
maybe
like art. Let's say it's Art Deco.
Yeah,
you get what I mean. So like for the father, the son, and the daughter, it was like an Art Deco, an Art Dathomiri style, and all the Force users, they have a liking to it.
They've been doing a lot with triangles here recently with this series, so I would say it's like light, dark side. Night Sisters in between. They have inverted. I don't know if you saw that on the Screen Crush guy that you watch sometimes.
I don't. Yeah, I may have.
He did a video over there. I don't know if I want to talk much more about it, but basically there was symbol. There was iconography that was played with in the background. Yeah. It wasn't really noticeable until it was pointed out to me, but it's cool.
Right on.
Cool little detail.
Well, so, I mean, I don't know what to say about this episode because there were a lot of great action sequences in it. There was a great fight scene. Morgan was absolutely incredible.
Well, let's go ahead and get the David Tennant complaint out of the way. I have one. I know you've got at least one, right? It did switch between, like, great voice acting and just him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just constantly, to me anymore, it just sounds like David Tennant. Doesn't sound like a robot.
Right.
He can do the voice and still sound like a robot, and more often than not, he comes off way too human.
Exactly. And way too Scottish, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very off-putting.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
my wife brings up the one thing that I think it annoys me too, that she's annoyed with, and when pretty much we don't watch them right now, is zombies have to be in everything. All TV shows have to have zombies, or movies. It's like zombie this, zombie that.
I have these for you. These are one represents the like, one represents the subscribe of the mythos of how your feelings about zombies affect Halloween, Dia de los Muertos. You got to watch one of the Living Dead, right? Sometime over Halloween.
Yeah,
At
let's
least
try
one. It
watching the
doesn't have to
beginning
be
of
any.
it. But
Yeah.
yeah, so before we
They are
get
rough,
going,
but-
please click that subscribe button. Click that like button. I got it written down.
Give us
for
some
me. I still
comments.
can't do it right. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It had me thinking today about how much I care, like how much I like, whether or not I like this witchcraft stuff and the whole raising of the dead army, and how it's just going from Star Wars to a whole other thing.
Right.
And the Lord of the Rings, it's
Felt
just
those vibes,
steeped in
dude.
the Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
stuff all throughout this.
I mean,
whole
you got
series.
that in this episode. You mentioned it last episode, but it was.
I could never give anything specific, but I can this time. Like that statue at the end was all Lord of the Rings,
Obviously,
man.
straight up, yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of. I guess I didn't really care for this, man. Honestly, the whole overall, the whole. I'm
loved
talking
it.
the
I
whole
thought it was
series.
great.
The whole
Yeah.
series is not as good as I would like it to have been. There was no Andor.
I agree. There can't be another Andor, in my opinion, except for season 2, maybe 5 seasons, 6 seasons in a movie, something. Who knows?
Well, that'd be nice if we got a lot of Andor. If they could keep
Right.
up the writing now, I mean, that could go to shit next season too.
If certain myths can stay off of, if we get 3 movies out of this, and we just have this one kind of like prequel series, right? I would be down for that.
Yeah. I just, I don't know. I wish I had a something specific.
It's just not hitting you the same, and I understand it.
And I know that I'm annoyed the fact that now Ahsoka and Sabine are stuck, and Ezra the retard is. I guess you're not allowed to say that anymore. Ezra the idiot is out there.
You have
among
to
the
say it
people now.
differently.
Yeah, retard.
Yeah. Or wheelchair emoji, right? I heard
Yeah.
that.
I just don't care
That
for
was a
him
mic
either, and I don't know. This is just great fight scenes. That was the best part about it.
Agreed.
I like seeing Thrawn get a little annoyed. You know, it's like the first time we see him kind of get annoyed with it. Like he's taken many, what we would have thought losses, and he's thought of them as victories and not been bothered. But now he's annoyed finally.
Well, he is the, right-wing authoritarian. He's playing 4D chess while these other motherfuckers are playing checkers, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely true. What do you reckon?
And that is his character through and through.
Yeah. What do you reckon's in those crates he brought back?
Dead Dathomiri sisters, maybe brothers, maybe something for rights. They are going to re-inhabit Dathomiri, they said.
Well, I mean, it's certainly bodies, I think.
Yeah.
I
I think it's going to be a mix. We
army.
haven't seen any males. We know males exist.
Yeah.
In the Dathomiri history, whatever.
Maybe that's what they're doing. But I was thinking maybe it's just undead stormtroopers. Like all the ones he's lost, he's kept, and he's just put them in boxes till where he could raise. They could just have the sisters.
Maybe.
How's he gonna have? I mean, because he's got to come back and he's got to have a force.
Well, maybe they won't be just his. Maybe they, the Night Sisters will be using them as like wraiths, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that's who it is. I will just see. We'll find out when the next series comes out. But
Right.
So give me some high points that you liked.
Obviously, I actually went for the Lord of the Rings shit. I like that final visage of Balin in front of what could have been the One. I don't know if we discussed that ever, but the 3 in the beginning. People have talked about how he is searching for Aboleth. I think the iconography says enough that basically what Balin is trying to do is he's trying to access the knowledge and power behind the mysteries of the Dathomiri sisters on this planet to escape the tides of the light and dark sides of the Force and forge his own path. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, that's great.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I don't know what we're going to see out of Shin. We're going to see a lot more of her somewhere. Them, I don't know. They haven't really specified. No words, right?
Obviously, she's going to take control of these warlords, local warlords.
Or she has. She's beginning to. She'll do her own book of Boba Fett.
Yep. So she's gonna amass an army, and
they're gonna go after the turtle people, which Ahsoka and Sabine will protect, and do the townsfolk montage, resist the Orc Raiders.
It'll keep that nice little cutesy Star Wars part. That's the one thing I like the most, is that they had a little Star Wars-ish with those little hermit crab people. Yeah.
I would like to see more of Thrawn behind the scenes. We see a lot of him posing and like him executing and making his plans. That we see him very composed. We see him break a little bit, not really break, but like
we saw leisure.
One scene, we saw one scene where he was like, "I was not ready for this. I'm not ready." Right, like where he was questioning. Yeah. After he bombarded them and they got in. So that's kind of a big deal to me. We're going to see Thrawn return. Thrawn has returned. Ezra has returned. Jason and Hera are going to play a part with Chopper and everybody else from Rebels.
So I imagine that what's his nuts? Ezra is going to take Jason as a Padawan.
My thoughts exactly. That's where I went when he appeared to Hera. Right, came out.
Yeah, he's.
We had a changeover, right? That was a changeover. We the last we saw, he was jumping on the ship.
Who?
Right?
Jason?
Yeah. No, Ezra.
Well,
we saw him leave the planet, and then we saw him.
He made it back to Hera. Yeah,
he
came back in that lambda-looking kind of shuttle.
Right,
deal.
Which came from somewhere. We're not 100% sure where. We have some thoughts, right? Maybe it came from the ring or the earliest or the nearest transit from the ship where it first docked. We don't know where it first hit, right?
Yeah. I didn't really give much thought to what he was in, because I just assumed he stole it from Thrawn.
Yeah, which probably he did, or just could have stole it from a station, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's dressed as a stormtrooper, so he's just trying to go on about his business and blend in.
Yep.
Well, he's dressed.
So we'll see. I don't know. I loved it. There was a lot left to an imagination for me in this episode. Full on 5 stars for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3. I don't even want to think about it too much, because all it was good fight scenes to me.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I didn't think it, for a finale. I don't think they handle their finales particularly well. I think they try and cram too much in one episode.
I think they were also really going hard for ESB vibes, right? With the end cliffhanger, like the party split kind of shit.
They could definitely. I wish they would pick an episode count and be consistent with it. Like Andor had 10. They need 10. Mandalorian needs 10. I think 10 is an acceptable amount. Anything less than that, and you're just toying with my emotions.
Man, I started watching Buffy and Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans Go has 43 episodes in one season.
Yeah.
Buffy had 20-something, I think, in the first.
It used to be like 26 episodes a season back in the day.
I think Buffy may have been 24, but it could have been 26.
Yeah, that's... And it hadn't been like that in years, and then it went down to like 14 in some places.
Yeah.
Supernatural was one of the few that still held out for long episode runs.
It's a great show. I want to do a watch party of that at some point.
Yeah, that's a good show to talk about. But anyway, we're talking about Ahsoka. We've given the stars. We're going to keep this short and sweet, guys. I mean, this is the end of the run, the end of the reaction series for this series. So we'll be back to just one podcast until something else comes out that we think we have to react to.
My co-pilot will be flying solo next time.
Yeah, next week is gonna be just
Friday the 13th.
Friday 13th. So we'll see what I'm thinking of some stuff. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we thank you guys for being with us. As always, get ready to catch us. You'll see the next podcast coming out. It'll be out tomorrow, which is Saturday to y'all. We record on Friday, as you know. So yeah, thank you for joining us for these reactions, and keep an eye out for when the next series comes out. I don't know what that would be off the top of my head.
We'll figure it out.
Probably Star Trek related. Probably Discovery or something like that. I'm not sure.
Maybe
Anywho,
something before then. We'll see.
yeah. As always, you guys be excellent to each other, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.